Right? The slot is an attempt to take an advantage here fairly early on by making a 5 prime. So, yeah.
How bad is hitting?
How bad is hitting? Fairly bad, just because you've got nothing to attack elsewhere. Where's your 1 going to be? So you're going to have 3 exposed blots. Yeah. So wrong plan, basically, right? In this particular position. Now, these get more difficult, by the way, as we go. So that's the good news. 6-1. And of course, all of these come from real games, so I know what happened, you see. I have to say that the move played in the actual game was an absolute disaster. So, so we can have a cook-esque 13-7, 6-5. Yeah. We can have a half cook 7-1, 6-5. You could decide that all your men were well positioned and now was the time to duplicate 2s and play 21-14. Anyone like any of those moves?
No, don't like any of them.
Right, find me another move. Find me another move. 13-6 is certainly a contender. So
8-2, 8-7.
8-2, 8-7.
The contender.
8-2, 8-7. Right. So this is the type of position in which this is a don't panic Mr. Mannering position. All right, for those familiar with Dad's Army. The race is equal. The positions are roughly equal. Yeah. One of the things you try not to do in backgammon is force when there's nothing to force. Yeah.
What was the play made?
21-14, which is the worst of all the possible moves. White hit with 5-4, black fanned, end of game. Hit of box round, hit of captain round head in a high stakes chouette. Prat. So again, so this is the type of position in which it's important just to recognise you're doing all right, right? It'd be nice if you could slot the 5 point, but you can't slot it easily, so therefore just relax. Yeah, you're going to be dead level in the race after the play. So let's just see what develops. So this is a non-slot position. 6-5. Candidate plays.
13-7, 13-8.
Yeah.
Right, 13-7, 13-8 is play A.
13-8, 10-4.
And 13-8, 10-4 is play B, and those are the only 2 realistic plays. 30 seconds of study, introspection, and analysis.
Could think about 13-7, 10-5.
You could, but that takes a builder away from the point you've slotted, so it's not as strong as 13-7, 13-8. Right, Zoe.
You're not going to, he's going to do stuff over there and you're not going to have time to carry it first. Is that right?
I'll tell you in a minute. Whenever.
So
So, say, right.
13-8.
Yeah.
So, 13-7, 13-8 votes. All right, and the safe play. All right, so this is the aggressive play time. So think about the criteria. You've got the better board, yeah? In essence, if you build the bar... I mean, White is threatening to make his own points over on the other side. He's got good builder potential, but he actually hasn't made many points yet, but he has that potential. A lot of his 6s are duplicated if you slot the bar, so 6-1, 6-2, 6-3 are all duplicated. 6-6 he's stuffed anyway, probably. Well, not quite, but you're not looking that good. And another important point, if the slot is hit, you've then got potentially 4 exposed white blots and you have 3 point home board and your opponent has nothing. right? So there's a lot of gammons here, even in the situation where your opponent hits. So, and if you look at, again, McGreal's criteria is now the time to make a bold play or a safe play. All of his criteria point at making a bold play. Yeah? So again, this came from I think a Battersea or I think double five chouette, it's so long ago. But it took 3 or 4 minutes of beating the captain round the head with an iron bar to make him make the right play. And this time he did make the right play, and the game was over within 2 rolls. Right? So again, the serious point is, you know, think about McGreal's criteria. Should you be making a bold play? This cries out for a bold play, right? The risk is not that high. The rewards are huge here.
Chris, you dismissed 13, 7, 10, 5.
Yeah, because
That only leaves one block, doesn't it?
it only leaves one block, but it takes away a key builder for the point you've just slotted. So if you're going to slot, go for it, is the message.
How bad that was.
If the cube was centred, it'd be a non-blunder then, not a slot.
Yeah. You- yeah. So again, you know. And again, good point from Paul. Think about where the cube is. We put it on the list at the start. If you have the potential after a slot and a miss to double, that's going to be pretty important. Yeah? Call out the candidates, if you would.
11, 5, 1.
What? 6-5. 13, 11. So 15, 11, 6, 5, yeah. 15, 10. 13, 8. 13, 9, 6, 5, yeah. That's probably most of them. So 13 to 8, 13 to 9, 6 to 5, 15, 11, 6 to 5. That's probably that. Good working list. So, who's slotting one way or the other? Excellent. Right. So, you've got 3 men back here. Your chances of making the 5 point naturally are very, very low.